Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by yet again for another video. I do appreciate that. We got another Hurricane Irma update simply because the projections of where this hurricane is headed have changed a decent amount. And as you can see here at this headline, it says increasing chance Hurricane Irma could affect Florida. Now, in an earlier video, there was a projection where it might go all the way up the East Coast and hit New York. So as you can see, their projections are all over the place. So we got to wait and see. But now they're saying this thing might hit Florida. And it says there's an increasing chance that Florida and the Florida Keys will see some impacts from Hurricane Irma, which is currently a Category 3 storm closing in on the Caribbean. Later this week, or over the weekend, the National Hurricane Center said this morning, added that it's still too early to determine what direct effects it may have. Says ABC News meteorologists say at this time the possibilities of where Irma could reach in the U.S. span from Mobile, Alabama to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and the one forecast cone of uncertainty is now very close to including parts of southern Florida and Miami. The storm is expected to be near the Cuba coast by Saturday. So by this weekend, it's going to be getting close, and I think at that point we'll definitely know where it's going, obviously. But Irma's winds have strengthened to 120 miles per hour as the storm closes into the Caribbean. Rain and winds are expected to move into the northern Leeward Islands, including Antigua and St. Martin, Tuesday afternoon and evening, with the worst conditions occurring Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. The Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico are forecast to see deteriorating conditions throughout the day on Wednesday, with the worst of the rain and wind arriving Wednesday night. Hurricane warnings, which are usually issued 36 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds, are in effect for all these areas you see here. I'm not going to read through them, but you can see them right there as of 11 a.m. Eastern, according to the National Hurricane Center. Hurricane watches, which typically are issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm forces, have been issued for the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and the rest of them. So, let's get down here, and it says some Caribbean islands were making preparations as the storm approached. In Puerto Rico, a state of emergency has been declared, and activities of the National Guard and the government. Richard Rossello said the news conference Sunday that residents of the U.S. territory should prepare for the storm. Rossello said wind gusts could reach up to 60 miles per hour and waves could reach up to 20 feet. Rossello also said that the government is preparing 456 shelters on the island, which can house 62,000 people. In Antigua, Prime Minister Gaston Brown recommended taking preventative measures like cleaning drains, the Associated Press reported Sunday. Workers were also seen pruning trees and shrubs to help keep them from tearing down phone and power lines, the AP said. In a statement according to the AP, Brown said, while the passage of a hurricane is not the matter to be taken lightly, he added, we must not panic. So, it's still way too early to actually know where Irma's going, but it's good to follow these projections. So we can at least be prepared where it may go. Now, let's take a look real quick. Now, here it is, Hurricane Irma right now. This is Hurricane Irma as of today. Okay? So, now this is just one projection model of where it may go. So let's see where it might end up tomorrow. So you can see it's closing in on St. John's. Then by Wednesday, it's closing in on Dominican Republic. Now this is the GFS model, by the way, forecast model. The 8th, let's step it up to the 8th. Now see in this model, you can see it's really closing in on Florida. And then by the end of the 9th, it's almost at the tip of Florida. And then on the 10th, you see here, basically Sunday, is projected to possibly start making landfall in Florida. And then it's going to go up, and then this projection up through Georgia, the Carolinas, and then it's going to start to break down, it looks like. But then look what's back here. Another hurricane. That was, shoot, I forget that I'm drawing a blank on it now. But that's the other hurricane that's also coming that we need to keep an eye on. Now, again, these projections are hard to make. Anything outside of 5 days, um, so we could go up to the 9th and still be pretty accurate. But this projection has it literally hitting Florida and then going up the East Coast. Now, in this projection here, the ECMWF forecast model, this is where it's at on the 9th, almost the same area. But when we step it up, they have it missing it's still going to affect Florida, but they basically have the eye of the storm missing Florida on this projection. And let's see here. But it does look like in this projection they have it affecting the Carolinas as well before going. Let's see here. Yeah. So both projections are pretty similar. Really, really similar. So to me, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina for sure. I think anyone in those areas, I hope they're on alert, because at least in these two projections, it looks like they're going to take the brunt of the storm. So that's going to be about it. I just wanted to update it real quick where it is possibly going. It is currently a Category 3, but it is strengthening, so it could be a Category 4 very soon. But I think that's going to be about it. I do appreciate you for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.